here talking about herbal remedies for anxiety. Now, I am not a healthcare professional, but I will say that I've never had a healthcare professional actually recommend these other herbal supplements to me, so that's why I'm here recommending them to you now. As always, check with your doctor for any interactions. Some of these absolutely cannot be taken with SSRIs and SNRIs and can be very dangerous, so please do your research before you start taking them. And remember, what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. I just think being more aware of the herbal remedies that work for anxiety and having them in your arsenal can be very, very important. And I only exclusively used plant medicine for a long time to help myself feel better. So I'm happy to sit here and share with you today my favorites for anxiety. So the first one I have for you is Kanna. Now, Kanna, not to be confused with kava, is a South African plant that has been used for its stress reducing and anxiety relieving properties, specifically more for its mood boosting properties. So Kanna can be taken in a lot of different forms and in a lot of different ways. I personally tried it with an extract powder. Now with Kanna, you cannot take this with SSRIs because you run the risk of having serotonin syndrome, which can be very dangerous. Basically, that's when you have too high of a level of serotonin in the body. The next one I would like to mention is magnolia bark. Magnolia bark extract can be found in like a powder form, and you take it and it really, really helps with anxiety and stress. And the reason for this is because it works very similarly to, think of like benzos. It's basically like nature's benzo. I would say it kind of like tickles the benzo receptors, and I personally have tried this before and it works super well. Now it is very relaxing, so you might want to take this before bed. Don't try any of these things before driving or work or anything. Make sure you try them in the evening first. The next one that I personally take when I feel like a panic or anxiety attack coming on is valerian root. And valerian root is really stinky, has a disgusting pungent smell and taste, but it works extremely well. So I just take a couple capsules. It's very easy to find, by the way, in like grocery stores, supplement stores, all of that. I just take a couple capsules when I feel an anxiety and panic attack coming on, and I'm able to chill out. And valerian works really well for sleep, but I can also take it during the daytime. I just cut my serving in half, and it works really well if there's an anxiety or panic attack coming on during the day. This next one is definitely known for its stress relieving and anxiety relieving properties, and that is kava. Kava can be found in a lot of different varieties, so make sure you do your research and try the one that's best for you. For me personally, I like kava sometimes, and I have a video talking about kava. Karuna Kava is my favorite brand, but sometimes kava can almost make my anxiety worse, so you have to be very careful. You can also get it in tincture form and in capsule forms too, mixed with other different botanicals and herbs. Passion flower, chamomile, lavender, and lemon balm are also really great ones. You can find these in natural sleep aids as well as in herbal teas, and have like an herbal tea mixture of this stuff, and it works super well. Really great for anxiety and stress and can help you calm down. I think also the act of making a really nice cup of tea and sitting down and reading a book is a great way to help with anxiety and stress. Ashwagandha is another great herb that works super well for anxiety, and for me, it personally helps me sleep at night, so I have to be careful to not take too much during the day. However, it does seem to cause maybe a hormonal balance or imbalance of sorts that causes me to get acne in certain forms of it, so I am very careful in the forms that I take. But ashwagandha can be really relaxing and oftentimes is mixed with other things that can help relax the mind and body. Reishi mushroom is a top favorite of mine. I absolutely love reishi mushroom. I actually take it in my coffee, which helps me not get anxiety or jitters from my coffee. And it's such a wonderful natural remedy for anxiety that I would recommend this one to anyone. In my research, I find that it's very safe. It doesn't have a lot of medication interactions. So if you can get a high quality reishi mushroom, I'll try to link some sources below for you guys, but it's definitely a top favorite of mine and one that I personally consume every single day. A place that I haven't tried before, but I know has really great high quality stuff like the things I'm talking about here, is Earthly, and Earthly has an anxiety relief tincture, and that could be something that you might want to try for yourself. Now, their anxiety relief herbal tincture contains things like chamomile, St. John's wort, catnip, lavender, chamomile, and ashwagandha. Now, I do know that St. John's wort cannot be taken with certain medications, so again, you'll have to find and see if there's any interactions with what you are currently taking. I think that taking these herbal remedies are really, really great for kind of naturally helping with your anxiety and stress, but there's also a really big difference between saying that you have anxiety and then actually being clinically diagnosed with general anxiety disorder or other anxiety disorders. And it's one of those things, like, you need to make sure that you get to the root cause of it. And the way that you can do that is by getting your blood work done, seeing what your levels are at, taking other things into consideration, like if you have an autoimmune disease, if you have high blood pressure. These are things that you also need to work on and address and could be causing your anxiety. I've managed a lot of my health complications with herbal remedies for many years, and so for me, I have found which ones work and which ones don't. And unfortunately, during that time, I've also been diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, and we don't know why. It just suddenly happened last year. And of course, I am on medication. I do take Cymbalta or duloxetine for it right now, but that is basically where I'm at with things, and I'm trying to creep back into the natural herbal remedies and alternatives, and I think that it's going really well so far, and it really does make a difference, and it helps, and it just feels so much better to be on something that is very natural as opposed to something that, you know, is synthetic and you have really bad withdrawals when you come off of it. These things, you're not going to find as many withdrawals that you would with others. I would also recommend a red kratom. Red strains and red veins of kratom can be a lot more relaxing for people. Now, kratom is either for 18 plus or 21 plus, depending on where you live. And in some places it's illegal, so check and make sure that it's legal in your state and all of that. And make sure you're getting it from a quality vendor. But I have found that kratom really helps with my anxiety too. Let me know if you've tried any of these in the comments, or if there are any that you would like to try in the future. I know for me, making this video has made me realize how badly I want to get back on track with my herbal remedies, see how much I can really help my anxiety through other natural alternative methods. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. If there are any topics or herbal remedies you would like to see that target a specific area next, let me know. Remember, we're all botanical queens, and I'll see you soon in the next video.